Good morning, children. So today we will revise this chapter 4. Actually, this chapter 4, the previous class, I shared some of the videos, right? According to the different topics, different videos I shared. And still one child asked about why you send these videos. Okay, so I made a quick review of this chapter with another video. Okay. Just in this chapter we will just go through the chapter, just the main points. Okay, just summarize the chapter. Okay, just go through a quick review. Okay, now children, here in this chapter, sorting materials into groups. It means sorting means we are arranging. Okay, we are arranging the materials. Okay, that into groups, that is known as what? Classification. What it is? Classification. So classification means arranging or grouping the things on the basis of their similar or dissimilar properties. Okay, on the basis of their properties, materials are arranged into groups. That is known as classification. Okay, so now classify, when we are saying this, the materials are of different types, natural materials, man-made materials, this way. And here see the materials made of, come across, when we are come across with the materials, see one material, by one material we can make a number of products. Okay, number of objects. For example, if I say about iron is a material. Okay, it's a material. By this, what are the things we can make? Number of things like doors, windows, grills, gate, and then this vessels, then some of the furnitures. All these things we can made of iron. So by iron, number of products we can make. In the same way, one object can be made of different materials. Okay, now you this one understood. Furniture, different furniture. Then I talk about this one, vessels, gate. All these things we can make of iron. In the same way, if I talk about object, okay, one object can be made of different materials. For example, if I talk about a box, okay, talk about a box. This box can be made of different materials such as iron box we can make. Then we can make plastic box, right? And even we can make a wooden box. Okay, wooden box we can. Then if we talk about thermocols, thermocols also, boxes are there. Then in this way, it means different, even silver boxes, copper boxes. Okay, this way different boxes we can made. That means by one object can be made from different materials. Understood these two? Okay, here now the next one is states of matter. Okay, next one is states of matter. States means matter. Matter means anything which has weight and it occupies space, then it is known as matter. So here when talking about the this one, okay, matter, states of matter. In this children listen, states of matter. Here you learned from the previous classes itself, right? What are the different states of matter? Solid, liquid, and gas. These are the different materials, right? Different states of matter. Now see, solid, if we talk about the arrangement of solid, how the molecules are arranged here? The molecules are very tightly packed here. Okay, they have a fixed shape and fixed size. When we talk about liquid, they are having, that means they are loosely arranged. The molecules are loosely arranged here, and here they have fixed size but no fixed shape. they take the shape of the container in which it present. Okay, so that is the different property of these liquids. And here gases, when we talk about gases, they are freely, very loosely packed. The molecules can move freely. So here they neither has a definite shape nor has a definite volume. Okay, they don't have, they can, that means the entire space they will occupy. Okay, understood? And if we talk about the difference, here solid things we can see and touch. Understood? We can see and touch. But liquid things also we can see and touch. But in the case of gases, we can't see and we can't touch. We can only feel its presence. Understood? And here then they have the fixed shape, but here liquids do not have a fixed shape. That is the difference. Okay, and these both can be flow easily, they can flow, but solids cannot flow. Okay, understood? And these properties also, now the properties I will explain. Okay, properties of the materials. What are the different properties? See, if we are saying the color, odor, taste, according to this we can identify the material. Okay, if color, we talk about the color by seeing the spices we can identify by seeing its colors, right? These spices means are there. If it is turmeric means we can find the color itself yellow, it is turmeric, this way. And odor, when we talk about that, if there is a bad smell, if there is somebody's house, if the gas cylinder that is leaking, then we will, by the smell itself we will come to know that there is a gas leakage. So by the odor we can find out. And even that taste, and in taste also, by tasting it we will come to know that these are edible or not, what it is good, which one is salty, that also we can differentiate the materials. And we talk about the odor here. See, if anybody opened a perfume bottle, then we can come to know that somebody opened the perfume bottle because of the smell, that it comes in the gas, it just diffuse in the air, and we will come to know that. So that is the properties, right? By these properties we can identify the materials. And another one is by the appearance. Okay, by appearance. See, whether it is appearance, if you talk about this one, luster. Okay, luster means there it is a shine. Okay, it is a shine on the objects. So if some of the objects are all the metals, mainly all the metals, they are having this luster shiny appearance. Okay, and so some of them are having the shiny appearance, and some of it will be dull. After some times it becomes dull. So by this also we can identify the materials. Okay, and then this one afterwards hardness. If we talk about the hardness means if we are able to compress means we can press it, we can just press it, touch, by pressing it, if it is able to press, then it is compressed easily, then it is soft. If we are unable to compress easily, then they are the hard materials. For example, if we are pressing a cotton or the foam, then it will compress easily, then they are the soft materials. And if we talk about the stone, if you are pressing the stone, can you compress it? No, so it is hard. So by this hardness, the soft and hard materials we can. And now solubility. Okay, next one is the solubility. Here solubility, that in water. See, the substances here you have to clearly see, if the substances, okay, substances which are soluble in water, then they are known as soluble substances. And if they are not soluble, then we will say that they are insoluble substances. Okay. If that is sugar, salt, if we are putting in the water, then it will dissolve. We can't see that what is mixed in it. So then it is a soluble substance. If we are adding this the sand, chalk powder in the water, then it will settle down. Okay, after sometimes we can see that it will settle down. It will not settle down. So by that we can say that they are soluble substances or insoluble substances. When we talk about this is the solid. Now one more thing you have to remember, children. Here this is solubility. Okay, if this one is the water. So, solid substances. If we talk about the liquid substances in water, then how we will say the liquid which one is dissolved in water, they are miscible, and if it is not soluble in water, then we will say that they are immiscible. Understood? Miscible liquids and immiscible liquids. Here miscible liquids, what are the miscible liquids? If we are talking about milk it is miscible with water, and if we are talking about vinegar, that also be dissolved in water, and if we talk about the honey, that also be dissolved in water. So they are miscible. If we talk about immiscible, if best example oil, if you take the oil, what happens? The oil will not dissolve in water. It makes a separate layer on the water. So they are immiscible liquids. Clear? And if we talk about gases are also, some of the gases are soluble in water, some of them are not soluble in water. Okay? So the soluble, if we talk about hydrogen and oxygen, they are soluble in water, right? And carbon dioxide, they are soluble in water. And if some of the gases, that will not be soluble in water. Okay, they are insoluble. Now density. Now the next property is density. Density, if we talk about this one, that means mass per volume. Okay, mass per volume. That is the formula of density. So if a object is more heavier than the water, then it is said to be water. Then it will be sink in water. If the object is heavier than water, then it will sink. Okay, heavier, then it is sink in water. And if it is less denser than water, then it will float. Okay, on the basis of this also we can identify, group the materials. Okay, the plastic items, wooden items, they are that means not having that much density with the water, they will float on the water. But if we are putting a stone or iron objects, it will sink in water. So that is the sinking and floating of the materials. Okay, and now the next one is the transparency. Okay, the next one is transparency. Transparency means the object which allow the light to pass through. Okay, according to that, the objects are divided into three. Okay, the objects are divided into three. They are transparent, then translucent, then the third one is opaque. What it is? Opaque. Okay, so the transparent means fully you can see the things whatever kept behind it. That means the light can pass through inside and everything is visible. That is transparent. And translucent means it allow the light to pass through partially. That means you can't see fully what is inside the object. Okay, if a glass window, then if any object kept behind it, then is it visible? You can see what is behind the glass. That is what? Transparent. If it is a translucent, some of the plastic items, that some of the plastics are very transparent and some are translucent. Okay, in that you can see the objects partially. That means some of the shadow, something you can visible, but you won't come to know that what is exactly inside. That is a translucent. And opaque means it will not allow the light to pass through. Our human body, best example for opaque object. It will not, the light will not allow us to go inside. Okay, and see children, here some are having the doubts. If we talk about the glass and mirror, okay, there is a difference. Glass are transparent but mirror are opaque. Why? Because glass backside also be nothing is there, nothing you can see properly, but mirror, see, if you are standing in front of the mirror, your image only getting, right? You can't see that what is behind the mirror. That is the difference, because the mirror glass only one side they are coating it with the something, paint or something, so the coated with that, so that one side it is hidden, so only your reflection will be visible. So that is different. Understood children? Mirror and glass, don't confuse with this. Glass are transparent but mirror are always opaque. Okay, then if there is an opaque object, then only you can see the image or the shadow formation will be there. Okay, and transparent fully allow the light to pass, translucent partially allow, and opaque will not allow the light to pass through. Okay, understood? This much only. Okay, this chapter understood? Okay, thank you.